we go again. I really need to avoid red-blue artifacts because I seem to be being drawn to it recently. 2 mana 3/1 with Menace. Yeah, wow. That's a pretty good card. Can't really argue with that. We're passing on 3 pretty strong white cards that I'd be pretty happy to pick up actually. 3 pretty strong white commons, 3 of the strongest white commons I would say. And then this thing I'd be pretty happy to see as well, I think. So blue's probably weakest in that pack. Ooh. I'd be pretty happy to take a Gloom Shrieker. Is it wrong to take that pick too? Quite possibly, but I'm not excited by the Ghost Shintai and not really excited by the Hotshot mechanic either. Maybe, yeah. Kami's Flare is obviously a good pickup. Virus Beetle's a good pickup, but Gloom Shriek is just very, very powerful. So I think I'm going to take that. Acutely aware that this pack is lacking in black and green as well, if I take this. Okay. So a Fang of Shigeki is pretty nice here. The Chainflail Centipede I think has been pretty decent for me actually, and considering I've got 2 menace creatures, like this thing is gonna look even better. What does Naomi do again? If you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 when it attacks. That's pretty strong. I don't think I want to. Do I want to take that? I could take that. Because whether we go black white or black green, like that's pretty nice. I'm just gonna take it. Try it. I haven't played with this yet, so. Oh dear. And now all we see is red-blue cards. But none of them are like that exciting, I don't think. Either. Like the experimental synthesizer is obviously exciting because we've shown how good that card is. Could it be a 7-tail mentor? I don't think this is Return a Ninja or Rogue. I don't think that's going to be good enough. I think we'll just take this. Just not be overly happy about it. I think this is good. Good enough at least. 3/2 lifelinker. Especially when we've got menace things. Seems nice. Yeah. So Naomi wants us playing artifacts and enchantments. Kami does the same. Like, it wants us doing the same. But if we're not playing Gloom Shrieker, we've not got our enchantments. I think Tails might be good enough. think we'll just take this Tales of Master Shashiro. I think it's more exciting than taking the other thing. This is pretty good for what we're wanting to do, but Greater Tanuki is probably more important if we want to try to do 3-color, which is where I'm leaning at the moment. So I think we'll take the Greater Tanuki. Also works well with Gloom Shrieker, just the Tanuki. And this is the exact spot where we start taking these cards, I think. Another Tails or a Kami. I don't want to take too many things at 5. This is probably more powerful than this here. We could also just take a network terminal. Maybe that's better. Sure. Another network terminal. Golden Tail Disciple is pretty nice. Yeah, I think we're going to go... Yeah, the problem is if we go too far white early, it's not quite so good, right? We could just take an Iron Apprentice just to... No, I think Golden Tail Disciple is wrong enough. Take it. Commune might actually be good. We don't have that many enchantments, so all it is get a land. This is just a creature. I want that instead. That is actually probably not that, but could do. This is the thing that goes and finds and gets rid of things. Goshintai is pretty nice. This is maybe a deck where Spinning Wheel Kick looks okay. Like Sunblade Samurai looks pretty nice as well, honestly. Maybe that's more important than the Goshintai. But Goshintai is not common, so we're just going to take that one instead. Oh, look at this. Imperial Oath and Long Reach of Night. I think I have to take the Long Reach of Night. Again, it's probably just a decision because we're less likely to see another one of these than we are to see an Imperial Oath, but I'd be pretty happy to see an Imperial Oath at some point. I think Virus Beetle's where I'm going to go now, instead of the Azusa's Many Journeys. It's a 2-mana 3/3 that ramps us, gains life though. I could definitely see that Azusa's Many Journeys being the correct play. How are we looking? How are we looking artifacts versus enchantments? We've got fewer artifacts than enchantments at the moment. Do you know what? Let's try this one out. We don't have 2 drops though. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for me to pass up on a Scoured Barrens. Pick something up and make it fly. It's decent, but I don't think I'm that excited about it. This thing's no good if we're not playing auras, which we're... I mean, just very rarely ever are anyway. Undercity Scrounger is pretty good, but I'm going to take the fixing. A more immediate fixing, that is. A Jungle Hollow is pretty nice as well, but I might be more inclined to take like Fade into Antiquity. think it'd be pretty good to take it Go Shintai, but I don't want to splash a 4th colour. We'll take the Fade into Antiquity, I think. What's more important, the Reckoner Raid or the Bamboo Grove Archer? It might be the Archer. Just don't have 2 drops yet. Roadside Reliquary is actually pretty strong here, because we are playing an Artifact and Enchantment deck. But when we're playing 3 colours, this just gets weaker. So I'm going to take the Grove Archer. We did get an Imperial Oath. We've got quite a few things at 3. I'm going to take the Oath. Huh, okay, another Roadside Reliquary. We're at the same spot of deciding between these 2 things. I still think it's more important that we take the Grove Archer. We can get more 2 drops in pack 3. Guess we'll just take the Apprentice. Grafted Growth. Is fixing. How good is the salvage? Probably not that great. I'm not sure I really want to play Grafted Growth. I don't really want to play Bearer of Metal either. Take the uncommon. The Jungle Hollow came back around. We are singing. The fixing's there to make the 3-colour deck. What is this? Whenever you cast a spell, your opponent can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until your next turn. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Jukai Naturalist is pretty good, right? But it means that we're playing. Eesh. Probably just gonna get the Leech Gauntlet as a more consistent 2-drop. Banishing Slash is great, but it's 2 white pips. You can cast enchantments from graveyard when samurais or warriors attack. I don't think we've got many of those. Not at all. Is it Fang of Shigeki and Virus Beetle then? Maybe this is just more important. Like, Banishing Slash is obviously great, but we're not. We're 3 colours, and the white is the least prevalent of those colours. Okay, Twisted Embrace is great. Boseiju is great as well. What do we have in the way of removal at the moment? Just Fade into Antiquity. Oh, but Boseiju's just so good. Boseiju versus Twisted Embrace. I'm going to take Boseiju. I just like it too much. Twisted Embrace probably the better choice. This one we're definitely going to take. I'm going to take it straight away. Another Tanuki. When we were young, real blowout card when you see that. You don't normally, it's not normally a good card, but when it happens and when it works, it'll just win your game. Clawing Torment. Stuff can't block. It's more of an aggressive card, really. And we're not doing that. Do I want a second Tanuki? I think so. Considering the lack of removal that we have, Ninja's Kunai might be good. Wanderer's Intervention is also going to be pretty nice. Might go Wanderer's Intervention. Yeah. Geothermal Kami. Is there going to be much of a reason to do that? Just seems like a good card, really. We already have a Story Weave, so we're not going to take that. We'll take the Kami. Another Azusa's Many Journeys. Careful Cultivations. I like this card. 2 mana, create a... Oh, but Master's Rebuke is just more important, I think. So we'll take Master's Rebuke instead. Really sad that we didn't get a couple of those Fang of Shigekis now, though. Not playing any of these. Sack an artifact or creature, gain life, draw cards. It'd be rude not to take a Fang of Shigeki considering I just said I wanted them. And you're already dead. This is the Kami we don't want. I could. I mean, I don't think I want to play 2 of those, but sweet. Okay, this looks fun. We got way too many cards here. We just need to take the best ones. Right. What's the game plan then? We are playing the mid-range game for sure, and then hopefully getting enough value to get through with Oaths, Tanukis, and get value out of Naomi. If that's the case, we want to prioritize removal, but I mean that's always going to be the case. We are green-black, adding white, which to me says that maybe things like this are not so good. I'm going to take out one of the... Season of Renewal really is helpful on the grind front. I'm not convinced by this. I'm going to take that out. I do really like our top end. The Tanukis are going to be good for fixing. And I am going to play a Roadside Reliquary. You're Already Dead might not make that much sense. I feel like this ends up stuck in your hand quite a bit. If you're just trying to come up the board. So I think I'm going to take it out. Is Iron Apprentice really where we want to be? I mean, almost certainly not. We'll keep the Fang because that helps for sure. Happy with the 2 spot. 3. I don't like Bearer of Memory pretty much at all. Graft of Growth I don't think we need. We've got the Tanukis. I'm I don't think I want to play two of these. Actually, maybe I'm better off taking out the network terminal. And then, what are we on? I'm assuming it puts us on 17 lands straight away. Yep. This looks okay. What if creature count's at 14? I don't really want to reduce that too much more, I don't think. Artifacts and enchantments then. Oh, we've only got 4 artifacts. We seem to have cut a lot of artifacts. I guess we cut the Iron Apprentice and the network terminal. Iron Apprentice is never going to stick around for long enough anyway. Network terminal might be good enough. Season of Renewal is really nice with Fang of Shigeki. We have quite a few artifacts as well. It's just a good value card. Let's do this. That looks pretty nice actually. Pretty happy with that. Ambusher might be pretty weak actually. What are we actually attacking with? We've got a couple of... No, I don't think the Ambusher is going to be good enough because I think it's too often going to be a 3-2 with a 4-mana 3-2. But attacking with a Gloom Shrieker and ninjutsuing it is gonna be sweet. Is that enough of a reason to keep it a 4-mana 3-2 lifelink? I could also just gain life off attacking with a Fang of Shigeki and then bouncing it back. Alright. One card to go. Kami's really good with Gloom Shrieker as well. Maybe I just take out one of these seasons and just go with this. Yeah. Okay, so this is a hand that we just get blown out if we play against aggro. Oh no. Okay, fine. That's not aggressive. We do have all of our colours here. And we also have ramp on 3 to get to... Yeah. This is fine. We got nothing to do on 2. Do we even want to ramp if they're not doing anything? I guess we... No, because we're skipping 4 and that's where our cards are. So I don't think it makes sense. Now it makes even less sense. So we're going to play the Leech Gauntlet. Lifelink's pretty nice. Yep, makes sense. They're playing my favourite deck, a red-blue artifact. Ugh. Yeah. Issue. I think I need to play this. If we play the Long Reach of Night, then they're just gonna sacrifice their 1/1 that is completely irrelevant right now. Also, if Tails is an option, I'd rather be able to put a counter on this than nothing. The question is, am I taking a hit from the hacker? I think I am, considering the conclusion I just came to. So we'll take this hit. We will then Tails. That's pretty annoying. Should have blocked. Playing red-blue ninjas? What's going on here? It's not a thing. I think I just need to put the ambusher in now. Just replay the card. They're getting way too much value. So then they're just going to play the Mechanaut and the Searchlight Companion, probably. We can just play Tanuki on our next turn, though. Just going to gain some life. Wait for the Tanuki. Okay. What are we discarding? An island. Oh, so we've got one creature in there. Sweet. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well, let's just play this and see what happens. They can probably just start attacking now. If they've got Tamiyo's completion, this game is well and truly over. But they can just attack with everything. They don't care if one of these things die. Equip it to a flyer. Sorry, reconfigure it to a flyer. Oh, okay. We're only going in the air. That Grove Archer is perfect. This starts forcing them to sacrifice creatures. I think that's more important right now than attacking with this. So we're going to play this. sacrifice a creature. Play a Grove Archer. Oh, we could have just destroyed a thing. This is better. Yep. That was a pretty nice time to get a Grove Archer. Surely they should have tapped this, tapped that, add an extra mana first before sacrificing it. It's pretty nice. Oh, they've got another one. Ugh, yikes. Well, they've just drawn everything. Like, we're just dead, right? One, two, three, four, 5. In the air. The Seiju's too late. But we can play it anyway. We could actually just draw some cards and see what we get. That makes more sense. Seiju's not relevant in the slightest. Okay. Hit me. Well, that was pretty brutal. Well, we failed in slow and grindy last time. And that's not good enough because we just can't play anything. That's not great either. But at least that gets us a land. Yeah, this gives us the best chance of winning, I think. Considering this gets us a land. I think this is the right call. We need to hit a swamp very soon, but it's not great, is it? Here we go. Life gain. Sure. You just need life gain. If you have removal, I'll be very sad. Yep. Ugh. This deck's just too slow. Wait, how are you ninjutsu? Oh, they both have menace. Ah, I forgot about the menace on this. Nice. That doesn't go much worse, does it? This will be fine. I've only got white mana, but there aren't that many white sources of mana in the deck anyway, so... Oh, there's another one, but we're pretty happy to see that one. More red-blue artifacts. Cool. Cool. Yep. Gain life off this as well, which is actually pretty relevant. It's pretty nice. Sure thing. Oh no. It's happening again. We can get rid of the disruptor. Is it worth doing that? Not right now, it's not. But this isn't great either. Oh, maybe it is actually. This is maybe a good spot for this. Sure, we're just gonna do this. They almost certainly just discard the card, whatever it is in their hand. No, okay, that's pretty scary. I wanted to do this while the Simian Sling was under the network disruptor, essentially. Ah, okay. It's a 3/4 flyer that they can't really crew. We really need the Seiju. Now they can crew it. Sweet. That thing's done some work, eh? Play this, and we'll play this. Yeah. Nice. Finally. much does this? How much mana is this? 4 mana. We could just exile this. Or we play Besage You and do that next turn. That's a 4 mana reconfigure. This is going to be gain life as well. So we could put the Kami down, return this to my hand. And then next turn, what is it? So can we not Besage You and fade into Antiquity, or have we already played a land? Ugh. Yuck. Might as well attack. No. Okay. This is pretty scary, actually. Creature and enchantment. So we've got a lifelink creature, which is pretty good. But we also kind of need to get rid of this. Maybe we get rid of the disruptor. Is that the scariest thing? We are really struggling land-wise here. I think we have to exile something. And I think it's this. I'm gonna unattach this. Sweet. Gloom Shrieker for a... For the lifelinker, I think. Got to apply some pressure at some point. I feel like opponent's been pretty unlucky that they've not been able to crew that mech. So now we can go in. With all of these. Hopefully ninjutsu the Gloom Shrieker. nice. That'll do. We've got all 3 colours. What more can we ask for? And we've got some ramp here. Ramp, removal, decent creatures, all 3 colours. Is opponent there? I don't think you think this long about whether you're going to mulligan or not. Here we go. It's a 2-2, right? If you want to do it again, then I'll just not block and I'll gain the life back again. That's fine too. Hoorah for life gain. Goshen Tie is going to look pretty nice against this Spirited Companion. I guess I just turned this into a 5/5 lifelink. Yeah, fine. That's pretty decent trade for me. So you can't actually play that as a creature normally? Interesting. Sure, if you got Wanderers. You do. That was a poor decision. Nasty. stop this 2/2 from smacking me. Okay. Let's just go with the samurai. Do you have another Wanderer's Intervention? The real one this time? You do. Okay. That's going to be great. I don't need any more lands. Synthesizer's pretty good. Now then, I kind of think so. I could kill 2 of their things with this card. That seems pretty nice. But do I just get in with a 4/4? Hmm. Let's just do this for now. We know what you have, and it's just discard to draw. Is it worth getting in now? Because if they double block, we just kill this. No. We'll just draw a card instead. Just like that. There are problems that this can solve that are much bigger than one of these 1/3s. Synthesizer is so good. This time maybe we just attack. With a 4/4. What artifacts do we have? We've got, the 2 of them are gone. We've only got like 4. Like, they were going to get that draw anyway, so. I could kill a big flyer with this. I think that's more important than whatever's going on here, so I'll just play Naomi now. It'd be pretty nice to draw an artifact. I'm sure our opponent's thinking the same thing. That Steelbreaker doesn't look so good on this board. Apparently 2 can play that game. There's an artifact. Screw it. No, I don't think it's worth playing it. If they play a big flyer, that's just... no artifacts to sacrifice. It's a 4/5. So... just do that. I mean... sure. Could. So what's this? This can just trade with this. And also net as a 2/2. And that's pretty nice actually. Are there any blocks that they can make where only one thing dies? No. I think they messed up there. That was a misclick. We'll take it. Alright, what do we have? I think this is keepable. We have a Grove Archer. This might need to be white. They're only on 1 mana. So, oh no, they're 2 because it's, yeah, that's fine. This has got menace, so I need to just protect. Actually, I could just play. What's the best option here? I don't want that connecting. I really don't want that connecting. So I think I just need to intervention it when it attacks. Then we can do this, this, end step, autoplay, kill this. Yep. And I think I'll just take another hit from that, because then we can fade it away. They're hitting their lands now. They've had plenty of time. Okay, cool. Are we killing it? I feel like we're killing it. This is great. We have enough mana to play this. Play this. Gain the life. And I'm just gonna... no, I'll do it on their turn. Just in case they have disgusting discard shenanigans. Yep. Yep. That's fine. I mean, next turn we just get to kill that ogre, right? Draw 2. We can... Yeah, we just give it -1/-1. And then we can use all of our 5 mana for this samurai. At this point, we're just going to block with the Iron Apprentice. They want a treasure token, they can have it. Nope. What is this? Just do this and this, I think. Okay. Okay. Looks like opponent just run out. Lots of bluffing going on. No. Yeah. We don't need a second island, second plains for anything, I don't think. So we go. I think I'd rather they shot this down than the Fang of Shigeki. Artifact and enchantment on the battlefield. Sweet. We can go with the Fang then. Not sure why. I'm not sure that that was a trade that they really wanted. We'll take it. Okay, maybe that makes more sense. I'm still not convinced. That's pretty nice. 5 mana for a 4/4 and a 2/2, and we potentially get more. I'd like another black source. Don't exile the Boseiju. Please? Pretty please? Cool. It's pretty nice. So we can do this to give Naomi +2/+2. It's kind of tempting to use this Tanuki now to get a swamp just to make the blade really strong, but we can see what we... there's no rush, right? We're ahead. It also makes the branch stronger. That was really a really cool combination. Life of Toshiro, Mizawa, Naomi. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, I think. We go with everything. Okay. Fine. So they don't untap next turn. Okay. Is that Naomi gone? Okay. Or Tapper. So this is a 6/5. Don't think we're attacking. We can kill a thing with the Tanuki. I think that might be worth doing, actually. Kill a thing and get some damage through. That they get value from. The trash bot gets bigger. It's a difficult decision. We can attach the blade. Okay. Huh. Sweet. Alright, so attach the blade to probably one of these. Do you have a mirror shell crab? Of course they can just tap it with the patrol, but then we still get in for... We probably should have just attacked with everything, actually. Oh, okay. So that's 5. And then they kill 2 things. What have you got for us? I don't think it's going to be enough. Surely. That ain't gonna help. Heals be dragon. Naomi was pretty cool in this stack. Oh, this game. Alrighty then. Yeah, this looks fine. Getting all of our white. Realize I haven't actually focused on the art of the new life gain lands. Pretty funky. I do need to focus on the art of these sets a little bit more. I think as a player, right, I do just skip to read the words. Is it a good card? And then get rid. Guess Grove Archer. It's not great. This Life of Toshiro Umezawa, it doesn't look fantastic at this point. Like it's always much better if they're playing 1-drops or 1 toughness stuff. And is it even worth playing? Like we could just, yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna play it. See if they counter it. Oh, I'm just gonna gain some life. Okay. It's pretty nice. Gain some more life, I suppose. I suppose we can just do this. This hasn't gone well. When nobody's doing anything and opponent has the branch of the Seiju looming, it's never good. We don't really have any ways to deal with it properly either. That could be black. We can't attack. Is it worth bringing that Toshiro back to hand? It might be worth bringing the Grove Archer back to hand eventually. Like, I think we're going to bring the Toshiro back to hand. Seiju comes down. We've got a 6/6 to contend with. I want my branch of Seiju. Would be pretty happy to see the Mythic Blade thing as well. That'd be pretty nice. What's our plan next turn? We play life and pump the geothermal Kami. We don't have an artifact. We do have an artifact. Look at that. Naomi looks nice. I think we'll Naomi now then, I think. I think. Are we against counterspells? No. No attacks. Naomi is definitely a good one to have Season of Renewal ready for as well. Oh, that's a late Generous Visitor. At least it's coming down now, not earlier. It kind of feels like they do have that Mirror Crab. But I would have thought you would counter Naomi if you did. Tamiyo's... Life of Toshiro Umezawa is enough for me to kill the Generous Visitor. Problem is if they've got mana open and they do have a Tamiyo's completion, then the Generous Visitor just saves itself. Because you cast an enchantment and put a counter on the Generous Visitor in response to me targeting this with a -1/-1. Looks like we're going to have a good old gummed up board state. What does this give? Plus... I can't read it. +1/+3. And reach. Yeah. We're just going to snap hands off for the kill of the branch of Besagio, I think. Knowing full well they could just have more. Okay, they've definitely got something. Nine, 15. The Kami's the one that I'm most willing to sacrifice. So I think I might just... So that's 7, 8, 9. If they have +3/+3, then... so be it. I mean, we just lose if they do. I should just triple block the Jukai trainee and take 13, really. They could have so many things. Like Kami's Flare is a blowout. Ah. Okay. I don't think that's... Yeah, it's painful. I think, yeah, they are. We can kill the visitor now. It might actually be worth getting back. Oh no, it got exiled. It's exile? Ugh. So I think we just play this. -1 to this. And that's a... Is that a next turn problem? It is. Because we can't cast any of those anyway, so... No blocks. You can hit me for 6. Yikes. Okay, well at least they're empty and we know what we're playing against now. Do I get a Kami and... Okay, what can we do here? Long Reach of Night is great. I think I'm just gaining life, aren't I? Please play your land. Alright, we're double blocking that Tanuki. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I think it's still going to be the... Oh yeah, I don't get a choice. That's pretty nice. We still don't have an artifact. But we put this down and we can then kill the Preserver. This Long Reach of Night came at the exact point that it needed to. What creatures are in their bin? 3. No, 4. keep the archer in hand in case they do get a flyer. The 6/8's pretty annoying. It feels like we might be pulling ahead though. That gives something lifelink. Means we can attack with Naomi. And we do get guys, but Naomi would just die, so that makes no sense. We just reconfigure to the Tanuki, I guess. That's fine. Wanderer's intervention would be great. Jungle Hollow, not so much. We do have ways to deal with this, but they're not forthcoming. 20 cards to 18. Okay, that's pretty nice. We go to damage. Great, okay. We're getting there. They got artifact removal. Okay. Go on, draw my artifact, please. Ho ho ho. Could have gone for the kill by just destroying the... Okay, they're done. We did gain a lot of life there. Well, yeah, that'll do. Nice. That's beautiful. Do love the John Avon lands. So we can... I guess we just pump it. They just paid 2 mana to get rid of it, but it's not the scariest of things. What is it for each artifact and enchantment? Okay, that's pretty nasty. I may need to fade this Mishiko's Reign of Truth away. We could also just Greater Tanuki. We would then be we'd still be taking 8 more damage. We are gaining life. They then kill the Leech Gauntlet. I think we'll fade the Reign of Truth away. Just represents too much damage. They can equip and then kill my Leech Gauntlet, and that's fine. They're not going to. Yep. Also perfectly okay. I think we just then play the Grogor Archer. I mean, maybe we should just be Tanukiing. But let's play this first. We can Tanuki next turn. This way the Kunai doesn't look that relevant. We've kind of stopped them for now. They might as well equip it. Cool. We are properly playing against mono. I feel like it's worth us just continuing to play stuff that we can while they're not threatening too much. This can pay for Season of Renewal. Kind of need to remember that. Yeah. That's beautiful. Second colour. Ugh. Stop exiling stuff, and they need to be in the graveyard. Okay, well, Greater Tanuki comes out then. At least Naomi did leave a 2-2 behind. I can kind of understand that now. It's a 1-3. Ugh. Blech. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Let's just play another one then. That's disgusting. It's disgusting and I love it. Still only got a Leech Gauntlet in there. Flying. Okay, that's a 6/6 flyer. Hmm. So this is quite fun. Oh. So what I can do is Season of Renewal, the Leech Gauntlet, and the can we? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can Season Renewal, and then whatever they give flying, we just kill. Seems like a fun thing to do. No! That was cool. Would have been even cooler if I'd have actually got the Leech Gauntlet as well, for goodness sake. Ridiculous. They may well just sacrifice the Condas to draw cards. They're going to have to go at some point. Man, that would have been so good. Cool. And that's a 4/4. One, two, three. Ah, yeah, this one. How could I forget? They don't have many creatures in there. Just one. Well, that operative just means that they win, I think. It's been a good game though. They've had good answers. We had an answer to them trying to win with a massive flying double striker. Very good. I like it. That's really cool actually. Good game. Was a very good game. Highlight in there was killing that flyer before I died. Very happy to get to 5 wins with this deck, in all honesty. Naomi really did pack a punch. We didn't see the Blade of the Oni do enough, really. Didn't come up enough. And when it did, it was when we were going to lose the game anyway. Gloomshrieker, when did that? Did we got that once in what, 8 matches? So we did miss out on a couple of our more powerful cards for sure. But Imperial Oath, love Imperial Oath in this kind of deck. And the Tanukis were good too, assuming opponents didn't have answers to them. But highlight was blocking that flyer with the Grove Archer in that final match, and then getting it back to hand, and then destroying a 9/9 double strike flyer before I died. I enjoyed it. Wasn't overly strong, but it did what I was trying to do in the games that we weren't playing against aggro. Thanks for joining again. Until next time, bye.